Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renee Novak at blessedbycards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Today, I'm going to share with you a card created with the Gathering Moments stamp set, and I want to show you how to create your own designer series paper. So this is a do-it-yourself, and I picked some of the stamps, the larger stamp leaf, the smaller leaf. I did the acorn, this little guy right here, and this leaf, and I stamped all over a piece of 8.5 by 11 white cardstock. So first I just randomly stamped everywhere, and then I cut it up to create our cards. So today I am going to show you how I took a piece of 4 by 5.25 of this do-it-yourself designer series paper and created this card. So my card base is a garden green. I added a piece of white inside so you can decorate and write your message. And then the outside, I took a piece of that do-it-yourself designer series paper that I created. I just cut a 4 by 5.25 inch piece. Actually, I'm lying. This is a 3 3/4 by 5 inch piece that I cut. And then I mounted it on a slightly larger piece of cherry cobbler. And then I put a strip of the cherry cobbler across the bottom and then added a greeting. Now this greeting is from Grateful Blessings, and it's actually this long one right here. But if you follow me, then you know I like to sometimes cut up my stamps. So I just cut right after the I'm grateful, and I mounted it on my block so that it would be I'm grateful for you, and it would fit on my white sheet so that I could crop out the hexagon, heartfelt hexagon punch. And then I took another piece of the cherry cobbler, punched it out of that very same punch. And in order to get this a little color around, I just cut it in half, just like that. And then you get those two pieces, and that's what I mounted underneath my white to give me that border. So you can border the top or you can border the sides depending on how you cut it. I cut it across the middle for the top and the bottom, but if you wanted to cut it this way, it would border along here. But since I had the strip here, I didn't really think I needed it on the side. So that's just a little trick on how to get more out of your punches and get that kind of little bit of color to pull out the berries in my paper. So the paper that comes with this particular bundle is really gorgeous. It's called Gathering Together, and I featured that on my Make It Monday. But if you don't want to purchase the paper and you still want that fall look, you can do it yourself with just a few stamps on a piece of 8.5 by 11 white cardstock. So that is all I have for my weekly Wednesday today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hop on over to my blog at blessedbycards.com for all the measurements and supplies needed to create this card. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, be blessed.